So a new marathon event, the first of its kind, has just been announced here in the UK. The Brighton Trail Marathon, which will take place for the first time in this form in 2026, will be on the same day as the Brighton Road Marathon, which has been going for a long time now and attracted 12,500 runners last year. And although for most of these races they'll have different routes, the trail marathon will join the road marathon for the final 6 kilometers. So it's basically a kind of hybrid marathon that you've got for the trail marathon. And I think it's a really interesting one because one of the reasons I'm drawn to trail running is because of that time out in nature, the solitude, the quiet, the calm. But often what seems to be missing from trail running events is that nice kind of big grandstand finish that you have. So this of course will give arguably the best of both worlds, be able to have time out in nature, enjoy the trails, see the sights of the South Downs, and then the last 6 kilometers running through along the promenade and then being able to enjoy that kind of grandstand finish. So although the Brighton Road Marathon is actually run by London Marathon Events, the trail marathon that's taking place in 2026 is being run by Maverick, who are a very well-known trail running and race organiser around the UK, which I think is a good thing because back in 2022 there was a Brighton Trail Marathon that was run for 1 year by Brighton Marathon, and this was actually a race that Carla and I did together. It was Carla's first marathon. But there were some teething problems there, and you could sense that it was a trail event being run by people who are used to running road events. There was like a pile up at the start. There was initially going to be wave starts, but they actually ended up just sending everyone off together, and there was a really big pile up at a stile and the queues for about maybe 5 to 10 minutes, depending on where you were in the pack. So it's good to see that they are having this new Brighton Trail Marathon being run by a trail specific organisation. Maverick have run lots and lots of events. So it's good to see Brighton Marathon moving in different directions. I've only run the road marathon once myself, and that was pre the London Marathon events era. That was back in 2021. It's actually the only official road marathon I've ever run. But I ran it the year when they mismeasured the course, so we actually had an extra 500 meters. So yeah, as well as the marathon not going particularly well for me, I blew up I think around 18, 19 miles, and actually got overtaken by someone in a gingerbread man costume. It was also, yeah, extra distance, and apparently this was because some of the organisers moved some cones by mistake. So yeah, things seem to be going in a more positive direction for Brighton Marathon now, and yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting to see what the Brighton Trail Marathon is like. So let me know what you think in the comments. I think that, on balance, actually that sounds quite an interesting idea to be running out on the trails and then having that, like I said, grandstand road finish. But I'm also interested to hear actually the people thinking of doing the Brighton Road Marathon. How will that feel? What will you think about having, all the trail runners coming down and joining you for the last 6 kilometers as well? So that's the Brighton Trail Marathon coming up next year. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video.